Welcome back to the Love 'em or Lose 'em YouTube channel. I'm Patrick Bailey.
I'm Mark Bailey. Today we're going to talk about child support. We get a lot of phone calls from clients who believe they're paying too much or paying or not receiving enough. Their other spouse is in arrears. How is support calculated? And we try to answer these questions because a lot of times there's a lot of misinformation about how child support is calculated. And so, Pat, what kind of questions do you get from your clients, and how do you deal with that kind of broad question of, do I pay too much child support?
Yeah, so there's a couple of situations where we get phone calls. One might be an existing agreement that the parties did outside of court on their own. They might say, Joe Smith is paying me $400 a month, but last month he missed, and 4 months ago he missed, and I want it to be more consistent. Other situations, people already have child support orders in place, and they're saying, well, I got a raise, or I lost my job, or I think Joe Smith or Linda is capable of going and making more money, or someone's not exercising their parenting time, and so they need a modification of their child support. And then the third situation is, we don't have any sort of support going. We need support to be started, whether we separated or we're getting a divorce. And so clients or potential clients often call and say, how can I set myself up for the best child support scenario?
Yeah, it's an area that is really heavily regulated, isn't it, in the state of Michigan?
Yeah, so if your child is on some sort of government assistance, food stamps or medical insurance, you can't come up with your own child support arrangement. There's a formula that the court uses, and whatever number it generates, you are paying because the government wants to recoup the money that they're assisting your children. However, if your children are not on any sort of assistance, you and the other party can come up with your own agreement. You can figure out your own incomes, parenting time. This is acceptable for extracurricular activities or health insurance or whatever it may be. But other times, we get phone calls. People don't get along. People don't want to talk. They want the friend of the court to generate the formula, and that's what you're going to use. And it goes into a child support order, and it's modifiable until the child turns 18.
You know, when we say it's regulated, all 83 counties in the state of Michigan follow the exact same formula. I don't care if you're in the Gogebic and the Upper Peninsula or if you're in Oakland County, they follow the exact same formula. And it primarily deals with the incomes of the parties, the number of overnights, and whether or not child care is included. So there's a lot of factors that go into it, including ordinary medical as well. So it's when people say I'm paying X in child support, a lot of times it includes the child care, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, these inputs change on a year to year basis, whether it's health insurance or my child's now old enough to participate in extracurriculars or there's no more daycare or I received this job promotion. And so you could have a client in year one for child support and they end up calling you every couple of years because they need some sort of modification. So those are kind of the reoccurring revenue stream that sometimes attorneys can get when it's related to child support or parenting time.
I would say the majority of the calls we get have to deal with modifying an existing award. We often recommend that the party come in for an initial consultation so we can run some scenarios so you have an idea of what the front of the court might do. I've had more than one occasion where clients come to see me and said, oh, I got a recommendation because I went back in to revisit child support and it went up. I thought it was going to go down. So come see us first before you make that kind of mistake.
Yeah, absolutely true. So that's a nice overview of child support for the viewers. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and check in next week.
See you. Take care.